Hey, so I wanted to make a quick video about something that I've been thinking about just for the last couple of weeks, and I guess ever since I posted the last video, um, this thought has been recurring, this idea, um, because of the fact that for the last couple of videos I've been just talking to the camera, and I've been just sharing my inner thoughts and ideas without any preparation, without any form of action or anything. Um, it kind of gave me this, I guess, inner permission, kind of similar to the inner permission that I gave myself when I first did like the restart of this YouTube channel, um, like earlier last year in the beginning of COVID. And so some of the things that I have been thinking about are using this time as a way to kind of talk about like all the different ideas that I have. So um, I don't want to make promises since I do know that I'm very prone to overextend myself in this time because of the fact that just the state of my mental health just doesn't allow me to like do too much or like too much in like my sense my situation. And so with that said, just this idea that I have is to one use, I don't know why I use my thumb. One, use this moment to talk to the camera my ideas at very first about like solar punk. um I've been looking at a lot of things regarding relating to solar punk and the kind of ideas that I have, and I've been also thinking about like all the different ideas that I have around like my um just over the last decade, like all the self study I did when it came to like gender, race, queer theory, all that. And also like I don't know if you're aware of the channels like Not Just Bikes and City Beautiful, like different kind of city planning stuff, where I'm like, yeah, all of these different ideas kind of tie into the whole cyberpunk um moment. And also just thinking back about like the video, the introduction video I did about like Solarpunk, and like just in the past year, just me explaining Solarpunk to the people around me that were interested in hearing about it, and just trying to explain like all the different things that that like were the reasons that why was drawn to it like in the first place. Um, I noticed that I can be a lot more clear and more exacting in kind of things that I like about. So like Rufino Enriquez version of solar punk, and what is that? What does it look like? And I know it's funny. Maybe it's something that when you look at like different things that you think you have like a certain image, idea, concept in your mind. You think that that concept that you have in your mind is something that was existing outside of it, so that you saw it, like it's the aggregation of the things you saw beforehand, and that is the idea you have in your mind. But what I noticed is that when I look back at like the different things that I read, saw, or like the different images, it kind of differs from that, where like the immediate like thing that kind of um like pops up for me is also like, I think like I kind of alluded to it in the introduction video, um like this idea of like that staleness, that neatness, that cleanliness that kind of gets pushed to the forefront when you look at like initially like at images of solar punk, and the funny thing is that when I was introduced to it, it didn't register to me as that. Like I very immediately like was very I guess you would say open minded and like very imaginative about like the different ways that kid meat, like the, and I think I also said this, like the messiness, the randomness, the uncleanliness, just the grit and texturized and like just difference. And I um so I've been while I was doing like the research initially, like before I even was thinking about like my YouTube channel in general, just my own personal research around it, I created like these Pinterest mood boards and all that. And like I'm not gonna edit in any images just yet or whatever, because I'm just not in that at that stage yet mentally. Like I just can't. But it does like remind me of like there's so much more for me to say, to explain. And even though I'm not in that creating space just yet because of the energy that I like, it doesn't mean that I can't like at the very least like explain more in depth what I'm about and what I like about it. So the funny thing is like if my window opens, so you hear a lot of noise, but that's living in the pipe, which is also tied into the fact that I don't like to sing because you hear it now. But that aside, I think that for me right now, um, as a way to kind of manage not feeling like I'm not doing anything outside from the walking, which I'm not always like drawn to. Yeah, I get very like tired of the sameness of it all. So kind of to, I don't know, ease my mind, I guess, to provide it some I don't know, some stillness, some warmth or whatever. Um I want to provide more videos, long form videos of me talking to the camera and just posting that. And then also what I've been thinking of is so like I remember like last month I looked at like my YouTube channel itself, like the kind of things that I did around like designing and organizing the different videos and the information page and like all that I said. And one of the things that was still on it is like my like the schedule that I eventually grew to like last year, where I posted like 3 videos a week. And I was thinking, and I'm not promising, but I was thinking that I could, since I'm just talking to the camera, I'm not gonna edit anything out. I'm just gonna leave it as is. To just talk 3 times a week to the camera, post it on my YouTube. Not doing anything because I'm just not there yet, and kind of provide of like my ideas. Um, I guess one of the reasons why I didn't do this before, aside from like my mental health, I guess I don't know. I felt like I should show, not tell. I guess I felt like I should create. But the thing is, since I'm not creating anyways, I might as well tell. I can't show just yet, but maybe I can tell. Maybe I can attract people who are feeling what I'm saying, feeling like what my ideas are, or maybe I don't know, attract people who are willing to engage with it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make any predictions about like our expectations, because the thing is like as I've stated in every single video I've posted ever since like a year and a half is that I like the engagement in general isn't there, but or barely there, I must say. Some videos kind of got small amount of reactions and engagement, and I really appreciate that. So if one of those people are looking, like, thank you for just engaging with me. Just it makes me feel seen, and like, who doesn't want to be seen? So hence why I have a YouTube channel to begin with. But yeah, I'm gonna make a soft promise that I will upload videos 3 times a week, which sounds like, oh my god. But the thing that kind of helps me is the fact that I'm doing it now is just talking to the camera, no editing, no nothing, no preparation whatsoever. I only will, like, my only preparation will be, I will pick a topic, and I guess like the first couple of videos will be around solar punk in some way, shape, or form, and then I will move on as I go along and just see what happens. And I was also thinking like the one of the because this is what I wanted to what I was moving towards when I started this video. Um, I guess my internal idea is that I want to in alignment with the idea of like video essays and all that. Or yeah, I say video essays, but I don't know what the actual form term was going to be. But I was thinking like, um since I'm not now in that stage where I in the state where I can like do all these editing moves and all that, doesn't mean that I can't provide content and then do it at a later moment. So I mean to say that I'm kind of thinking of editing like a couple of the videos that I've already posted into one of the more, maybe more long form, but like not hours long, but I mean like maybe like documentary style, or maybe like a Lindsay Allen or ContraPoints length video around like dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with creating, dealing with like all of the different things that I'm dealing with, or that I alluded to like in the different kind of videos that I posted, and maybe create something new, just rework, remix them into something that's something that I actually think like can be hopefully like useful or interesting or just creative for me in some sense. And kind of see like all these videos that I have right now, even though they're not really like quality or whatever, like high quality, especially like technically, like visually, to kind of rework them and then maybe add in the pictures when I'm at that stage. So I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be anytime soon, but just I'm thinking of like, especially now that I'm creating more like longer videos, that means or that allows for me to cut, paste, work, rework, add in, mix, um, like my style and find my style while giving it all like a new, more accurate context. And I'll try to see how I can make that even also like a more of like a solar punk, because like the thing that I'm now like, if I look at like the the media that I can find are also the images, the sound, the voices, the videos that are about like solar punk. They tend to be more about the which I of course like I'm totally I'm behind I'm all for it, but like the agriculture, doing DIY, doing things yourself and all that, and very much about like the movement and not necessarily the art side of it, and also not necessarily like the sociology around it. So I, as like a performer, I think like I'm an like a geekish performer who's also like very interested in like sociology and psychology, and just using and then also like because that's something that I'm willing to or not willing to, that I feel like a pull to like really engage with myself is like spirituality, whatever that is. Like that is like this very elusive thing for me, and like I have different like ideas like around like and beliefs around like the law of attraction and all that. Um, trying to see how to make that work, and I was for the past couple of days. I've been really like looking into so I'm gonna a couple of weeks ago someone I never knew this person. I never knew her, but someone I really looked up to and I really was drawn to passed away. Her name was Aisha K. Fines, and Aisha, I got to know her through the Grapevine, which is like a African American platform which deals with like millennial and Gen Z, black folk of the diaspora. So we're talking about African Americans, but also Afro Caribbeans, Afro Latinx folk, Afro Europeans, and then Africans from a continent. And I don't know, maybe someday they will say like Afro Asians, but hey, we'll or Afro Australians, Afro Polynesians, but um, that aside, I think like so I got introduced to the Grapevine like years ago, and just like it's very like drawn to like all of it, and then Aisha was one of like a common panelist on that show, and just her ideas around like gender and gender expression and masculinity, femininity, all that. I and then also like which is why I brought it up, but spirituality and the way that she thinks about it, like I don't know, something about that I want to introduce to the space of solar punk. I feel like I don't know. She feels like a soul sister to me, and like I never knew her. She never, she definitely never knew me, and but just this, I don't know, this her personhood, and it kind of also like ties into like why I created like the videos on the people that are like so like the Those Girls Are Wild video that I still haven't edited and posted just yet. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm not gonna make any promises, but the reason because I still have like this small snippet of it on my channel related to Solarpunk, because as I stated in that video, Those Girls Are Wild, like Andrea Lewis and Shannon Booteram, in that um Five Death Sense kind of um exemplify like the kind of um, stories that the solar punk narratives can center, and Aisha is also like that person, like and a great friend in general, like in some sense also ties into that, and so I just wanna create more videos around this, and really like if so I'm not good with like I don't have green fingers and all that, and I'm not really like this handy person, so my strength lies in like the performance piece, the giving up my opinions piece, the being imaginative around like the kind of stories and the kind of characters, the persons, the personalities, and the sociology around that. I think that that's my thing, my purpose. And so I'm gonna, even though I'm not like ready to like write out stuff, and then also like because I have been writing for the past couple of years around like my ideas and all that. So I'm trying to see how I can, like, when I think of like topics to discuss in these videos, to also like look back, and I really like kind of not reinventing the wheel if I've done the work before. So I'm trying to see like how that all will pan out. But just for now, like the idea is to increase my video amount by just talking to the camera, just talking, all that. That's and just sharing. That's also why, because Aisha, she passed away, and the thing is like I've been like watching like a lot of her content. There's just different podcasts that she was participating in, and just I'm grateful for her that she left us something to look at, to look back at it, and providing us with the opportunity just to learn from her, even though she isn't here in the physical anymore. Um, and I was thinking like, at the very least, I could just share what's inside my head, because my head can be going away, and then what will happen? So just put it out. Even if I can't like create in the sense that I love to create, I could still like create content, and content that I believe in and stand behind. So yeah, that's the idea. So I guess this is like a new moment, I guess, where I'm just gonna talk, and it will definitely not be high quality. It will just be my honest ideas, my honest hopes, beliefs, and just my driving factors and all that. And I will take it day by day, as I said and stated in all my previous videos. So yeah, look out for that, and enjoy your time. Ciao.